think the best things about a career at Clemson are the students, the fantastic people I work with.
This is a fun place to be a professor. You get to do teaching, research, scholarships, service, and frankly, you get to select your own balance.
And the fact that I get to swim every evening in the lake in the summer.
I love teaching at Clemson because the students really love to learn. They're very good, and many of them don't know it, so they don't have kind of this attitude that they're the best thing ever.
For me as a fisherman, there are tons of opportunities. There's water all around us, literally. We just go out and relax.
I teach classes here and have since I was a dean for mental health, my own mental health. My name is Jim Barker and I serve as president of Clemson University. It's a way of reminding me of what the center of the institution is, that spark between a student and a faculty member. Something about this place that allows both the large research university environment to exist, where students can engage in some very sophisticated, world-changing research. At the same time, we haven't sacrificed the opportunity for students and faculty to know each other, to interact like you would find in a small, private liberal arts college. There's just something about the sense of place here and the sense of community here that brings out those two qualities, big and small, and finding the best in both of them.
I was sitting in my office at SUNY Cortland and I looked out the window and it was a cold upstate New York day, blizzard, sleet, you couldn't tell if it was snowing or blowing. I'd had an offer from Clemson I was debating. I called down here and I talked to a colleague and I said, look out your window and just tell me what you see. And she said, well, Fran, I see sunshine, I see some students walking around. And I said, Ann, I'm coming to Clemson. I hung up the phone and I've been here ever since.
Expertise. We planned that.
Yeah. I'm Fran McGuire, been here since 1981, and I'm a professor of Parks, Recreation, and Tourism Management. My wife was not sure we wanted to move to the South. Just weren't sure that this was the kind of environment that we would be comfortable in. We had images of the South which were very incorrect. We weren't sure that we wanted to raise our children here. So we came down for a visit, and we both loved it.
I think there's a winner. I think leisure.
If your passion is teaching, you can meet that passion here. If your passion is research, you will have opportunities to do that here. If it's service, you will have opportunities to do that here. If you want to do something professional, they allow you to do it. No one has ever said no to a request I've made. Whether it's a course I want to teach, a research line I want to pursue, travel that I need to do for my job, no one has ever literally said no to me in 30 years at Clemson.
We're encouraged to do innovative things in the classroom. If you want to try something new, you can.
If you wanted to give a class and not give a single test, there's no one that's going to tell you that's not the way to do it. Or if you wanted it to be all tests all the time, same thing. My name is Delphine Dean. I am in the bioengineering department. I've been at Clemson since 2005. I came to Clemson from MIT. Brian had applied to the job in the computer science department, and then they saw that we were married, and so they asked him if I was interested, and so they actually really went out of their way. One of the things that really surprised us when we moved was our house is 5 times bigger than our apartment in Boston, and we pay less in mortgage payments per month than we did in rent by a lot. I go down to Greenville twice a week for ice skating, and then I do ballet, and I was in the Nutcracker last December. Being up on point again in a tutu was something of a new experience.
Go!
I also teach 4 creative inquiry classes. It's somewhere in between a class and research, and you kind of give them a problem and they work on it, and it's very much student-led.
If we were going jugular, you would come in on this side.
The first one I started is on medical training simulators. Right now, when you go to the hospital, You might have somebody who's performing that technique the very first time and you're their guinea pig. When it goes wrong, you can puncture a lung, you can hit the heart. And so having a simulator that helps people practice could really make a really big difference. One of the other teams I mentor, the goal is to develop new technology for the developing world. One of the first projects we've been working on is developing kind of a cheap, self-regulating electrical blanket to use for premature babies. And in January, we went to Tanzania. We'd go into the hospital and almost all of them wanted to just put the device on the babies right now, right then. I collaborate with lots of people across lots of departments. I can call someone over in material science or chemical engineering or biological sciences.
We're not a siloed world, we are really a collaborative world.
I've even had conversations with people from the English department.
We work with folks from automotive engineering, civil engineering, bioengineering, mechanical engineering.
One of the benefits of working at Clemson University is the ability to actually work interdisciplinary across the institution.
And then on the hospital side with rehabilitation, orthopedics, occupational therapy, geriatrics, neurology.
They not only talk the talk, they walk the walk.
My name is Janelle Brooks. This is my 6th year at Clemson and I'm in the psychology department. Well, I grew up in Nebraska, so I think the weather in South Carolina is fabulous. So this past weekend, when it was 70 degrees here, I talked to my relatives there and they had a foot of snow. Human factors psychologist, and my background is really a blend of psychology and engineering.
Okay, and then I'd like you to walk down the hall to the Coke machine, touch the Coke machine, and come back.
We look at the physiological components of aging, the engineering issues that are associated with aging, and how we can design cars to be more appropriate for aging drivers. Instead of just talking about aging, I'll really have the students try to experience that firsthand. So they'll wear glaucoma glasses and cataract glasses and try to do tasks of everyday living like open up a bottle of pills and pick out the green pill. We have them dress up as pregnant women and wear casts and wear different types of restraints, so then that way they really think about having to get into a car and interacting with the vehicle. Our ultimate goal is to keep drivers on the road as long as safely possible.
So the needle is underneath the thread.
One of the things that's so fantastic is the fact that they give us the freedom to really try out different things and see what works and what doesn't work. And I think the provost and the president and the upper administration have 100% faith and trust in their faculty.
Clemson has retained its personal nature. My guess is the provost probably knows 75% of the faculty here by name.
They do a good job of kind of mentoring you as a young faculty member. You get senior faculty members coming and helping you out.
I can email the provost or call her and set up a meeting anytime, and I get in. My dean is very accessible. Even the president, I email him and he replies. My name is Juan Gilbert. I'm currently the chair of the Human-Centered Computing Division within the School of Computing. I've been at Clemson for just about 2 years now. I was in the airport and sat on a magazine, and on the cover of it, it had a person texting while driving. So after reading this article, I said to myself, we know how to fix this. And we came up with this concept we call voicing, by which you don't have a text to look at, but you can receive a message. It's all delivered through voice, and messages that come to you are actually read to you through a phone call. You're going to type a message to me.
Shelby Darnell. Hey, Dr. Gilbert, I need my grade changed for the better. Laughing out loud.
And you can reply with your voice as well. I was in voice and email mode, so I received an email and it called me and delivered the message. Another research project in our lab is a voice user interface for automobile manuals. And we have a joint research project with BMW now investigating this. In 3 to 5 years, you may be using this technology. Our voicing project, we submitted a patent on that. The voice user interface manual, that's another that could eventually end up in the marketplace. The administration does encourage us and gives us the ability to be entrepreneurial. Through licensing agreements and forming of new companies, we have opportunities that are very unique. When it comes to infrastructure, specifically technology infrastructure, Clemson is world class.
We just got a brand new atomic force microscope, which sits on top of a spinning disc confocal fluorescence microscope.
Our IT department is top class. Our CIO, Jim Bottom, is world known.
We do everything from medical information, transactions, and research, all the way up to high-performance computing simulations.
There's the electron microscopy facility that had, I mean, the nicest EM scopes I'd seen, and I came from MIT.
We're in the top 5 of high-performance computing center systems in the United States among academic institutions.
We have a facility here that is second to none anywhere in the world. Our facility offers Clemson students the ability to use $30 million worth of hardware that you just don't find anywhere else. My name is Tom Kerfus, and I'm a professor of automotive engineering here at ICAR. The vision for ICAR is to become the premier automotive engineering institution in the world. We're doing state-of-the-art research in terms of automotive technology, not only design and development, but also testing and manufacturing, and we're educating the next generation automotive engineer. We have absolutely the top graduate students in the country. Students are coming from all over the world. Basically, on a daily basis, we are interacting with the plant over at BMW. Our students spend time over at the plant. You know, they're working on the lines. The public-private partnership aspect of ICAR is very unique. It's a very different situation than anywhere else in the United States. It's very hard to get a faculty member to leave this place because the quality of life is great. We have an excellent student base in terms of graduate and undergraduate students, and the facilities really are second to none.
Faculty should come to Clemson because they can find their best selves here. It is such a positive and constructive kind of environment. That's the dream that many faculty members have. Let me just do my work in a beautiful environment, and that's what we offer here.